guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Annabelle Ayone, and if this is your first time, you are most definitely welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you very much. So guys, if you want to see how I achieved this gorgeous look on this beautiful model, please keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe. So guys, first things first, I'm using my micellar water and my cotton pads to clean her face. You want to use a cotton pad instead of a wipe because most people react to wipes and you know there are chemicals, so it's better to use a cotton pad that has nothing on it. So you just apply your micellar water on the cotton pad and you clean the face thoroughly. Please don't skip this step guys, this step is very necessary because you can't do makeup on a dirty face. Please, even if the person is just coming out of the shower, please don't still skip this step. It is very much necessary. You can see all the dirt I removed from her face. Like, you need to start with this step, you guys. So yeah, that's it. So guys, next I'm going in with my Zikel 24K serum, and I'm going to use this to hydrate her skin. So next I'm using this brush to apply the product to her skin. You can as well use your hands also. Next I'm going to use my fan to dry up the product to her skin so that the skin absorbs the product. Then I'm going in with this Sylvimak Hydro Drop. It's a moisturizer and it also serves as a primer also. So I'm going to use this to moisturize and prime her skin. I'm going to apply this product everywhere aside from her under eyes basically. The same brush I used to apply the serum, I'm using the same brush to apply the moisturizer on her face. I'm just basically swiping it on her skin. I went on to use my fingers to massage the product into her skin. Next, I'm using my Mismetics moisture bomb to moisturize her under eyes. I'm using this only for the under eyes, and I'm just taking a little amount and I'm going to massage it on both eyes. Next, I took my fan and I'm going to dry up all the product I've applied into her skin so that the skin can absorb everything. So now we're going into foundation, and I'm using these two foundation from Lorel. I'm using the shade N10 and C6. I mixed the both of them together and I used very little of the N10 to get her shade. I'm using the same foundation brush, the same brush I used to apply all the skin prep. I'm using the same brush to apply foundation on her skin before I go in to blend with my beauty blender. So guys, if you want your foundation looking like skin, please do this step. Don't miss this step. I'm using my Omaricode skin mist to spray on the foundation before blending with a damp beauty blender. A damp beauty blender, guys. Please always damp your beauty blender. So guys, I'm going to be contouring her face now using this L'Oreal True Match foundation in N10. I'm going to contour her cheekbones, I'm going to contour her forehead, I'm going to contour the two sides of her chin. So these are the places I'm going to be contouring right now. So I contoured the forehead, forming a semicircle on the forehead. Then I'm going to contour the two sides of her chin, Basically, I'm just using the foundation that is left over on my beauty blender to do this step. Next, guys, I'm going to be using this TM Essentials liquid blush in Whipped. I'm going to be using that to apply blush to her cheeks. And you know the sequence, guys, is contour, blush, highlighter. Contour, blush, highlighter. So you want to take your blush above the contour. And I'm taking this blush a bit to her forehead. Guys, I can only do this comfortably because of her skin tone. If I'm working with a light skin person, I won't take this much blush to the forehead. So that's another tip. Next step, guys, I'm going to be using these two concealers from Nuban Beauty in 46 and 43. I know I showed 47, but I don't know why I was holding 47. So I started off with 46, then I went in with a little bit of 43 just to brighten up the under eyes. Honestly speaking, guys, I'll be honest, I actually thought I was using 43. See, this concealer has actually confused me, but we thank God. So initially what I was meant to do was to use 43 on the inner side of her eyes, there, right there. Yes, where I just put that. Yes, I was supposed to put 43 there, then use 46 at the end because 46 is close to her skin. So that is what I did. You guys, you do not want to put this much excess concealer, trust me. I don't know why I was holding all the products in my hand. But it's fine, we shall scale through. So now I'm using 40, I think 43. Yes, I'm using 43 to highlight her forehead, the bridge of her nose, and her cupid's bow, her chin. Then I went in with the concealer close to her skin tone, just above everywhere I highlighted. Next, I'm going to blend that concealer. You want to blend that concealer very well, trust me. You want that under eyes to pop. You want that under eyes to have a seamless blend. So you can see me taking off the excess concealer by tapping it on my palm. So that's what I did, guys. So don't forget what I said. You don't want to use this much concealer, trust me, because when you want to start blending, it's going to be difficult. So I'm blending the concealers under her eyes and I'm leaving the inner part of the eyes. I'll come back and blend that later. So as you can see, guys, I started blending off with the concealer close to her skin tone. Then I went in to blend the one that is 2 shades lighter than her. So next, guys, we'll be contouring her nose. And when contouring nose, you want to start from the 2 sides of the eyebrows. You just do it just the way I am doing it. You want to form a V shape. Guys, see, cream contouring is very necessary, trust me. Most people like skipping this step and just going straight to powder contour. But if you want your nose to be very snatched, like if you want that very very good snatch effect, I advise you don't skip this step. Do it. Do it. So yeah, I contoured her cupid's bow also. So basically you can't leave the contour to be that harsh on the nose. So I'm going to blend, blend and blend. You want to blend that in very properly. Like if you have gotten to this part of this video and you've not subscribed, like I don't know why you haven't subscribed. Please click on the subscribe button, like this video, leave a comment, share this video, guys. Come on, subscribe. So guys, I'm going back to blend in that concealer which we left out before we set the under eyes. You want to make sure that you blend it properly before setting. And to set, I'm going to be using my Yanga Beauty setting powder in custard to set our under eyes, to set her chin, her cupid's bow. I'm going to be setting her forehead, basically everywhere I highlighted. I'm going to be setting it with my setting powder. So after setting all the highlighted areas, I'm going to set her entire face using a powder of her skin tone. And I'm using the Lady V Beauty powder palette to set her entire face, guys. You have to set properly. So after setting her entire face, I'm going to be contouring her cheekbones. I'm going to be contouring using a powder that is 2 shades darker than her skin to contour her cheekbones, contour her forehead and her chin. Also guys, I want to just apologize because my phone stopped recording and I wasn't aware, so I did not get the footage of when I applied the blush. So after I contoured her cheekbones, I went on to apply powder blush. Basically everything I did wet, I had to go and do it dry. That's my blush application, my contour application, and that's it guys. I'm contouring her nose and I'm using the same powder I used to contour her cheekbones to contour her nose. My model actually started sleeping off, that's why she's laughing. So after that I went in with my setting powder, the same setting powder I used to set her under eyes. I'm basically using that setting powder to snatch her nose and to bake under her eyes, guys. So can you see that nose, guys? Like the nose is snatched. Like what? So next I'm going to be using a powder that is a shade lighter than her and close to her skin tone. I'm going to be using it to seal up the contour, guys. So guys, I had to zoom in very well because we're about to start the brows. So first things first, I'm using my Browmatic by Dammel. This is a brow gel and it's very matte. Like I feel like this is the best brow gel out there right now, so you guys should get it. So I'm basically just using that to brush up the eyebrow hair. As you can see, I'm using my spoolie with the product. I'm just brushing it upwards. You want to take all the hair upwards, take the front hair and just literally just brush it. After applying the brow gel on both eyebrows, you need a fan, guys, to dry it up. Like you don't want to start drying your brows when it's still wet, so you need to dry it up. And this brow gel dries really matte, so that's why I will recommend it. It's Browmatic by Dammel. I'll actually leave the names of the product I will use in my description box. See, this fly, I don't know, this fly was just tormenting me. Like, I don't even know where this fly came from. Okay, to draw my brows, I'm going to be using this Heggai and Esther brow gel in the shade Ebony. I'm going to be using that to outline my brows. Guys, when outlining your brows, please follow the hair. Don't go don't go down below the hair. You can only do that on specific cases where, let's say, one of the eyebrows is higher than one and they're trying to make them on the same length. Then you can do that. I think in my next video, when I'll do a brow tutorial, I'll explain very much in detail. So now just basically watch what I'm doing, guys. I'm just outlining the brows using that brow pomade I showed you guys with my very tiny brush. So that's what I'm doing. If you notice, guys, I didn't take the outlining to the front of the eyebrows. I left a bit of space and outlined it. So I did the same thing on the other side of her eyebrows. So guys, after outlining the eyebrows, I'm going to be using my Beauty Line by Didi pencil to fill in the brow hair. I'm basically just making strokes and trying to make like a template in which I'm going to follow when I'm drawing the upper part of her brows. Guys, I promise you a updated and a very detailed eyebrows tutorial on my channel. So don't worry, just watch what I'm doing. I promise you that video is going to be very detailed, so look out for it, guys. So I'm done using my Beauty Line by Didi to fill the brows. So now I'm going back with that brow pomade in Heggai and Esther Ebony. I'm going back with it, using it to outline the upper part of my brows basically. So guys, now I'm highlighting my eyebrows using the Nuban Beauty concealer I used in number 46. This is the one that is very close to her skin tone. You don't want your eyebrows highlight to be too bright, like one of those days when we use those very bright concealers to highlight our eyebrows. Now you don't need your eyebrows concealer to be haloey and be shining, and you get what I mean. So now basically just use a concealer that is close to her skin tone and use that to highlight. Then for the tail of her brows, I used the foundation I used for her to outline the tail of the eyebrows, and I went on ahead to blend, and that was it, guys. That was it for the brows. So for eyeshadow, guys, I'm going to first be using this Zikelcosmetics eyeshadow base on our eyelids first before going in with my eyeshadow. For my first transition color, guys, I'm going to be using that same powder shade I used in contouring her nose. I'm going to be linking it out from the side of her nose, and I'm going to be using that powder shade as my first transition color, guys. So for my second transition color, I'm still going to be using this Blood Beauty powder in Cola. I'm going to be using that for my second transition color, guys. So for the main color of this eyeshadow, I'm going to be using this orange eyeshadow from my Lidia Stanley X Zikelcosmetics palette. So I went on to add Luzta Cosmetics in Aries and Candy Beauty line in Sauce. Guys, my phone stopped recording, so I literally lost that footage. I was running out of storage. I'm so sorry, guys. So next, I'm going to be applying lashes, and I'm going to be using my Beauty Line by Didi mascara first before applying the lashes. So basically, what I'm doing here, I'm just taking all her lashes below each other because she has coiled up lashes. So to apply false lashes on someone that has coiled up lashes, you want to do this step, like it's very necessary so it doesn't push up the eyelashes. I'm using my Wing Beauty lash palette in the Perfect collection. So now I'm basically just dusting off the excess setting powder, basically for my finishing. Now I'm using my brush to get rid of that line I used to seal up the contour. So guys, for lips, I'm going to be using this Eye Magic lip palette and the leftover ebony, that's the Heggai and Esther ebony. I'm going to be mixing it together with that brown shade I just showed you, and I'm going to be using it to outline her lips. But before outlining her lips, I'm going to be using my highlighter from Focalio. I'm going to be applying this highlighter on her cupid bow. So guys, I'm basically just overlining her lips with sorry, I'm basically just overlining her lips with the brown shade I showed you guys earlier. So guys, I went on ahead to apply the main color on her lips, and then I did my finishing using the TM Essential Cheek Glaze in Headline, Make It Count, and Unapologetic. Guys, my phone stopped filming, so I did not get that footage, and I really apologize, guys. I promise in my next video I'm going to have everything in detail. So I sprayed her face also using the Omaricode setting spray I showed you guys earlier. So now I'm just applying gloss to her lips. You want to start by applying gloss first on the brown shade before going on to the pink shade. This will basically just help to outline everything and make them stand on their own instead of mixing the two shades together, if you understand what I mean, guys. This night is cold in the kingdom. I can feel you fade away. From the kitchen to the bathroom sinking. Your steps keep me awake. Don't cut me down, throw me out, leave me here to waste. I once was a man with dignity and grace. Now I'm so guys, I'm using my Beauty Line by Didi mascara for her bottom lashes. So that's it for this look, guys. Don't forget to follow all my social media accounts. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share, leave comments, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.